Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome. My name is Aiden. I am so excited that you are here for today's video because it is all Disney makeup. There is one hair accessory, but it is all Disney beauty products. I'm so excited. I am a huge Disney fan. I am wearing my Belle shirt today. You can kind of see it. And I'm wearing my Belle lipstick from Colourpop. So I'm a huge Disney fan, and there's been some absolutely gorgeous and fantastic collections that have come out lately. So I do have some things from Specturm, their brushes. I have some stuff from Zeesa, I have stuff from Besame, and I have stuff from Colourpop. We're going to start right away with the Zeesa. So I did find a coupon online. I think they gave me a code, not like an affiliate code or anything, but anybody who signs up, you can have a code that gives people a discount, and then you can earn like money to spend on other cosmetics. So if you're interested in that, I will have that link down below, and I think it gives you 10% off, which is what I found. Anyway, I bought the 3 Alice in Wonderland palettes, and they are just stunning. They're all named exactly the same thing, which doesn't really help. So there's like the pink Alice palette, there is the blue Alice palette, and then there is like the Queen of Hearts palette. And then I also got this guy. This is a colored mascara. It's in blue. I'm not going to actually use this because I got these. I was so excited about them, and then I was like, these are too beautiful to ever use. So this is what the packaging looks like. I will insert pictures of them because especially this, it's so shiny, it's just glaring off of the ring light. So there is the mascara. I think the packaging is so beautiful on it. They did such a lovely job, and it's with the British Museum, which I think is very interesting. So these do come out of China. I'm not exactly sure, but they do have lots of Chinese lettering on them, so that is something to keep in mind. I wanted to show you the brush tip on this one. It's very different. It's unlike anything that I've seen before. But like I said, it's a blue mascara, and I'm not going to probably use it, so I'd rather just leave it in the package and let it be cute and nice that way. Let's look at the palettes. So the packaging, they do have this gorgeous, very reflective outer box, and they do have the type of packaging where there's like the little extra slot that makes it easier to pull up and open, which I very much appreciate. And then this is what they look like. I do have the protective coat still over it, and I don't know if you can see, but they do move in there. It's amazing. It's just so pretty. And there's like little diamonds in there as well. So I could just play with it going up and down. If you remember, I had pens like that back in the day. And then inside there is a mirror. I do have the cover still on it because that's the type of person I am. I don't like to take off mirror wrapping usually. And then the shades inside are stunning. Let me take out the brush so it doesn't. So that's what they look like. I was going to use these and swatch these until I opened them, and I was like, oh my goodness, because look at this checkerboard pattern. I don't want to stick my finger in there and disrupt that checkerboard pattern. There's these beautiful, there's embossing on them as well. I did just see, Jen Lover's Reviews just did an entire review of these and really went into depth about them, and I think she has a great review on them. She was sent them for free, which makes it a lot easier to stick your fingers in there and play. But once I got these and opened them, I was like, there's no way. Maybe I would get an extra one to play with and try later on down the road, but just by themselves, no. Then we have the pink palette. Don't worry, I will be swatching other things in a little bit. This is what this one looks like. I think this is my favorite. I am a giant pink fan. There, you can see it a little bit better. At least I can see it in the monitor a little bit better. But yes, they're so cool. And this one inside has Alice and the Flamingo. And then it has just beautiful colors. I really like the color story of this one. I feel like this is the one that I would probably wear on a regular basis. So if I bought one, this is probably the one that I would pick up an extra of. Yeah. And the third one, and I believe these are $35 a piece. So they're not actually a bad price at all. And if I do put in another order, I probably would pick up, they have an Egyptian collection that looks amazing. And I think they just put out another collection. I can't remember what it was, but I remember seeing pictures of it and I was like, oh my gosh. But this one as well, you can see it's just so cool. And this one does have the Queen of Hearts on it. And inside this one, once again, has that amazing like checkerboard pattern. Let's get rid of that too. And then it has just some beautiful shades as well. I do like this one. I feel like this is probably a good one if you're more into warm neutrals. They do have chunky glitters that Jen told us about in her video. So that was something that I didn't really notice until she pointed it out, but now I'm looking at it and I can see like stars and hearts in that one. But that's what it looks like. I was very excited to get these, and they're even more beautiful than I thought they were going to be. Like, they looked pretty in the pictures, but they're more pretty in person than they were online. Next up, you probably noticed like something in my background that's been sitting there. It's because I've been meaning to film this for the longest time, and I just haven't gotten around to it until today. So next up is from Besame. I picked up the Mary Poppins collection. So there's the Mary Poppins collection and there's also the Mrs. Banks collection. So I'm going to show you both of those, but I want to show you what they came with first. So the Mary Poppins collection came with this tote bag. So you do get, it has the penguins, it has kites, it has Mary Poppins, and it does say Besame on the back. It's very polyester tote, like feels very industrial. Definitely not something I probably would carry around with me, but I think it's really pretty, and I could see it like hanging up in a room that's Disney themed. It would be perfect. And then the Mrs. Banks set came with some postcards of artwork. So you get the little boating one, and then you have the tightrope, and then there is at the beach, and finally just a pastoral scene. They're very pretty. I was really impressed with the detail on these, and they do say on the back, these are artwork from the Disney 1964 film Mary Poppins, and they're supposed to be like the different scenes that were depicted or were originally thought about for Bert's chalkwork drawings. Okay, let's look at the Mrs. Banks collection. It is a lot smaller than the Mary Poppins collection. It does just have the little box. It does say Votes for Women on the top, which I think is very cute, because if you don't know, Mrs. Banks was a suffragette in the movie, and part of Stepping Time was Votes for Women. Then we have the beautiful, oh my gosh, so beautiful, the lipstick. I love the lipsticks from Besame. I can't wear these on a regular basis because they do have beeswax in them, but I do, anytime I wear them, I'm like, oh, I would wear this formula every day. It's so beautiful. So that's what it looks like. It's a nice kind of peachy color. I think, you know, pretty universally flattering. This is a little bit more sheen than the previous ones. The other ones have been very matte in my experience, so this one has a little bit more to it. And then the nail polish, which I'm not going to try right now because my nails are already painted, but this is what it looks like. It looks very much like stuff from the 60s, I believe. Like, just the coloring of it looks very 60s to me. So that's what it looks like. It's also just the detail on the Besame collections are so wonderful. They're doing a Marilyn Monroe collection. I want to know your thoughts on that. Are you excited? Are you not excited? Let me know. Then we have the Mary Poppins collection. So it does have this outer box that is beautiful. Everything that they do is beautiful. And then inside, it's kind of the same feel as the Peggy Carter, Agent Carter collection that they did. So it has a nice feel to it, but it feels very lightweight. It's like a nice cardboard. And it does have detail work around it. lovely detail work, and it does say Besame collection on the back. Inside it says Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way, which is very true. And then it's nestled in, it has the gold fabric, and you do get 3 products with that. And it feels like a foam kind of underneath them. The first thing that you get is the lipstick, which does match the Mrs. Banks lipstick, and I love the colors for these. I feel like so many of the colors that Besame does are reds, and these are just a little bit more everyday type of colors. I hope they release these in not the limited edition packaging, because they are so beautiful. I like the color so much, and I think that they would be really good, a universal color. So that's the lipstick. And this collection, they were doing 25% off, so you might look if that deal is still going on. Then there is a cream rouge, which I'm not going to dip my fingers in because I'm definitely not going to use a cream rouge. It is a tin packaging, which is very hard to open for some reason. And then it has, I don't know what that is around the, it's kind of like a foam. So I think you could pop this out. Yeah, so you could pop this out and just use, it's a very thin, if you can see, it's not a lot of rouge, but that's the color. It's supposed to match kind of the lipstick, which I definitely think, and I love the back of it. I think the back is just really cute. So that's the rouge. Sorry, I'm not going to swatch things that I know I'm not going to use, and that I don't want to like mess up. The lipsticks I will definitely use though. Then we have the translucent powder. This is the Practically Perfect powder, and this one, it does have, it's going to be blinding, but it does have the London skyline there, and then there is Mary Poppins up above, and it's just a regular translucent powder. Let's see, and it does have a little piece of plastic over it, so I'm going to leave it for now. It does seem very powdery because there's powder kind of everywhere with it, but that's the Mary Poppins collection. I'm going to throw in 2 things that aren't Disney related just because I bought them at the same time. They are from the I Love Lucy collection, and I wanted to throw them in. These were on sale as well, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick them up. So there is What a Peach. Oh, that's a really pretty color. I like that one. So they do have Lucy on them. There's some little like jewels on them, but they don't stick out. They're very much in there as well. And then they do say I Love Lucy and have the little Lucy sign from the TV show in there. The other one that I picked up is Love Lucy, and same packaging. It is more of a true red. Oh my gosh, that's really pretty. So that is that shade. Like I said, it has Lucy on the packaging. I'm very excited about all of these. I just realized I was wrong. This one is called Love That Redhead, and the other one's called What a Peach. So it's the Love Lucy collection. All right, one thing that I picked up at Box Lunch, I don't remember when I was in there, maybe sometime in March. I saw these and I was like, I have to get them. They are a set of 3 scrunchies, and they're so cute. This one has like little mermaids on it. I don't know if you can see them. They're very see-through. And then this one, the middle one's just pink, but this one has like all of the little side characters. So there's Cogsworth and Lumiere and Flounder and Mrs. Potts and Sebastian, yeah, and Pasquale. So just very cute. I thought those were cute. Those were $12.90. Box Lunch always seems to have some sale going on, or if they're not having a sale going on, you get Box Lunch money that you can use later on. Next up is the Bambi collection from Colourpop. This was not my favorite collection. Like, I'm not the biggest Bambi fan, but I wanted it because it's Disney. I was disappointed that they didn't do like a PR box like they've done for the other things, where you could get everything in the collection in one beautiful box, because I have the Mulan, I have the Frozen ones, I have the princesses, I have the villains, I have both princesses collections. So I was really hoping that they would do that here, but they didn't. But they're still, like, the stuff is really cute. So the first thing that they have is this Pixie Puff highlighter. It's a giant, and it does have a scent to it. Like this, I keep smelling something as I'm holding it up. So I'm not going to open it because it is like a body highlighter, which I'm not really going to use. It does say Colourpop on the puff. It is a giant puff. Like, oh my goodness. Anyway, you kind of put it there and then you fluff it around everywhere. If this was like a setting powder, I probably would use it because it's just so much fun. And I don't know. There's like, if you think about the movies and like the idea of big powder puff, like this is what I feel like I think of, not like the little ones that we have nowadays. Anyway, so that's the first thing. The next thing in here is a set of 3 eyeliners and our cream gel pencil trio. They don't really say that they're eye or lip. So I'm going to assume that they could be used, some of them, for both. Anyway, you have 3 shades. You have Raindrops, Meadow, and Purdy. Yep, that's a T. So the first one is a very light white. I'm going to give them a swatch. These aren't probably things that I'm going to actually use, but I don't mind swatching these because actually I'm trying to use some eyeliner, so maybe I will. Those are really pretty. I mean, the white one is just kind of like a white creamy one, but the other 2 are really pretty, especially this one has a nice sheen to it. Reminds me of a Pixie eyeliner that I have. Anyway, those are what the 3 shades look like. I think they're nice. I like the names. I just think they did a nice job. The next thing up is a set of 3 lip glosses. Now, these I'm not going to swatch because I don't do lip glosses. Anyway, you do have 3 of them in there. You have like a light pink, a more peachy shade, and a purple shade. The colors are Bambi, Flower, and Thumper, and they do have them on there. Let's see if I can turn Flower around so that you can see them a little bit better. This is also kind of hard to, I guess I would open it up here. But it says Twitter pated on the front, which I think is very cute too. So that's the lip gloss. Next up is a set of eyelashes, which I'm not going to, there's not really much I can test out with those, but that's what they look like. They look like pretty lashes. I haven't worn false eyelashes in, oh gosh, I don't even know how long, because I used to wear them when I was, dancing and performing, but I haven't worn them for a long time since then. So that's the lashes. The last pieces in the collection are 3 mini eyeshadow palettes. We have Thumper, Bambi, and Flower. We're going to start with Thumper. I really like the packaging on these because they have like a little spot there so you can just slide it open, which is like amazing. Why don't more companies do easy open packaging? Because sometimes it's really freaking hard to get into these boxes. So this is what Thumper looks like. It's so cute. And inside you do get 5 shades. There is a little mirror as well. So that's what the shades look like. I'm going to swatch all of them for you. Okay, I think this looks like a really good everyday palette. I could see myself using these. The nudes, that green is so pretty. Maybe I kind of wish there was maybe one more, because these 2 seem a little similar, so maybe like one more green type shade would have been awesome. But I think it's a really nice, I really like the color story of it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Next up is Flower, and once again it has that cool opening there, and the flower, it has little flowers on there, and I always throw out the packaging, those little sheets. And in here we have 5 purples. I think this is a beautiful color scheme. Again, these seem a little similar to each other, but we'll see how they swatch. Wow, that dark purple is almost black. I was not expecting it to be such a dark shade. I mean, it looks purple in this pan, but I wasn't expecting it to look almost black there. This color I was really shocked at too. I didn't expect it to be so brilliant. I think they're all beautiful. These are a little bit more different than I was originally anticipating them to be. But yeah, I can't wait to play with this one. And the final Colourpop palette is Bambi. And I mean, it's such a cute story in some ways. I mean, the opening is absolutely tragic, but I haven't watched it in so many years. There's so many Disney movies that I haven't watched in years. I need to start using my Disney Plus subscription more because, yeah. There's even more modern ones that I haven't seen. There's a lot that I haven't seen. So that's what it looks like. And, did I give you enough time with this? So these do seem to be pretty soft shades because every time I dip my finger in, I get a lot of kick up in them, and there's been like a whole bunch of powder all over my lap. But that's what the shades look like. This is probably my least favorite of the three just because of the color story. It's not so much me. It's very brown. I do like the yellows a little bit more, but I don't see myself reaching into this one nearly as much as the first two. All right, the last part of this haul is from Specturm brushes, and this is how it came in this gorgeous pink packaging. So this is what it looks like in size. It says, "We design the tools, you create beauty," and there was like some packaging obviously in here that I took out, but this is the Alice in Wonderland collection. When they released this, I knew it was something that I really wanted. They released the Little Mermaid ones. Those were beautiful, but these are super expensive. And I want to make sure my hands are super clean because of the first thing I'm going to pull out. The first thing is this, and it comes with its own little dust bag. It says Alice in Wonderland, Disney's Alice in Wonderland. And this is a makeup bag, which I'm not going to be using it as a makeup bag. It's the White Rabbit. It even has its little tail. I was not expecting the fluffy tail. Oh my gosh. And then inside, it does have the White Rabbit inside and some different Alice. There's some cards, there's some potion bottles, there's some flowers. And it does come with this as well, which I took off and put inside so that it wouldn't get messed up too bad. But I was absolutely just shocked and delighted with this. It's so soft. Like, it's beautiful. This is like, you know, I feel like it's something that you would have seen a woman carry out with an evening dress like in the 60s or 50s. Like, height of elegance, just very lovely. So that's the first thing. Then I have a set of 2 beauty blenders or beauty sponges, and they are Alice's Tears. So inside, these are just, you know, nothing too special here. You do get a larger one and a smaller one. They do feel, the box is in my way, they do feel a little more dense than what I normally look for in a sponge. I do like that they're kind of flat on the bottom though, not quite as rounded. But I'm not gonna use any of these. Are you kidding me? I might try the brushes, but I don't want to, like, anything that I know is going to stain them, because I have some of my brushes that are unfortunately stained because of different makeup products. I don't want that to happen to them. But these, since these are more disposable, I just want to keep them like this because it's so cute. All right, next up is the Cheshire Cat brush. This is a kabuki brush, and I love the packaging. So this is the outer packaging, and then it lifts off, and inside is the brush. It once again has that little thing on it, the little tail, not the little thing. I should say it also matches the top of the brush and the top of the packaging, and then you pull it up and it comes out. It says Alice in Wonderland. It is a nice kabuki brush. They feel so soft. Like, oh my gosh, they're beautiful quality. And this is one, oh, I'm so excited. Although I'm seeing some paint chips. I hope that's not from my, like, there's paint chips inside, but I don't see any paint chips on the actual brush itself. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen. And I did find one of these, it was a little hard to get the paper cylinder back on. Next up is this. This is the Alice key brush, and it does say Specturm on the top of this one, and it just has all of the, seeing the characters through the keyhole, which I just think is really cool. It does say The Way to Wonderland on it as well. I think this is the one that was a little harder to get open and closed. And this one is spectacular, because it is an actual key. Oh my goodness. It says The Way to Wonderland here on the back, and it does have the little tag on it that says The Way to Wonderland as well. This we could take off for a second, I guess, so you could see it a little bit better. This is what it looks like all together. It's hard to hold. I don't want to mess it up at all. But up at the top, you will see the little white rabbit. You will see the Mad Hatter's hat, teacup, teapot, Way to Wonderland on the back. I'm so impressed. Like, and this thing is heavy. Like, this is very metal. Like, it has some real heft to it. I feel like this would be super hard to do eyeshadow with, but it's spectacular. Yeah, this is the one that was a little harder to get the lid back on. All right, and finally, the last piece in this collection is the actual brush set. So the packaging on this is spectacular. Once again, you have the bottles, you have Alice descending into Wonderland, going upside down, falling down the rabbit hole. Pull it off. I do like how long this is. And then it does say the way to Wonderland here. And inside are the brushes. All right, they are now removed from their plastic sleeves. The first one is the largest one. It does have a little bow on it, which I think is so cute with its little bow tie. That's what it's called. This is a B13. I don't know what they don't say other than that what they are, but this is kind of angled. I would think it's like a contour or foundation brush. So I would not keep the little bow tie on it though if you're going to use it. Then the next one we have is this very interesting fan brush. This is a A33. So you're going to see that it's not as fanned out as other ones. It's kind of pinched a little bit. It's unlike any other brush that I've ever seen. I definitely don't have one like it. So this one obviously I feel like this would give me more control for highlighting than the other fan brushes that I have. I'm not usually a fan brush fan, but that one's very interesting. Then we have the A05, and this one has an angled. This is definitely like what I would use for blush. So that one's an easy one to figure out. Then we have this one, which is the B14, which I'm assuming is probably for like concealer since it's smaller, but it is an angled brush, like different angle than the other one. There's a little hair that's sticking out there. There you go. It's gone now. So that's a little concerning because these were expensive brushes. You expect a little quality control. Then we have the A07, and they're all different like widths of the handle. There's some thinner ones, there's some thicker ones. This one is just kind of like a flat shader brush. It's a nice one, definitely like something that I use. Then we have an angled like eyeliner or brow brush. Not that I do my brows. This is the A17. Did I tell you what the other one was? The A07, in case I didn't say it already. Then we have this one, which is the A28, which is like a small shader. It's a little bit longer than the last one, but it's definitely smaller and it's not as densely packed. Then we have the B06, which is definitely a blending, like a fluffy brush for, you know, blending out shadows. Then we have this little teeny tiny one. This is the A15. I'm not really sure, like, is this for eyeliner? Is it for lip liner? Let me know what you would use it for. And then finally, the last one is the A12, which is just a smaller blending. It feels a little bit more densely packed than that other one. That's it. That's the haul. This was a very long video. So hopefully you were entertained. Hopefully I will put links down below for whatever that I can find, just so that you can, if any of it's available, I would recommend everything actually. The Besame lipsticks are some of my favorite formula. They're just wonderful. I'm impressed with the Colourpop, the Bambi. They were at Ulta, so they might still have some of it at Ulta. And then there's the Colourpop site. Keep an eye out for those eyeshadows. And I think even the eyeliner trio or the liner trio would be a good investment too. The Zeesa, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to have to, like, down the road, pick up another one so that I can play with one, just because I don't want to mess those up because they're just so beautiful. Yes, I do have like an area of my makeup that's just sitting there to look and be pretty. And my Urban Decay Alice in Wonderland palette, the one I have one to use and one that's just perfectly preserved. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of these. Are you a Disney fan? Let me know that down below. Let me know who your favorite Disney character is. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.